We have, and boy, these growing pains, I'm telling you. But yeah, no, it's all good. It really, really is all good, and I'm excited about it. The new shows that are coming on are going to be really, really good shows. One or two controversial shows. We've got Shrita Star coming on for the network, so mark your calendar. I'll mention this now too, a couple times during the show. The broader view is going to be switching nights. Instead of Monday night, we're going to be going to Tuesdays as of the 15th of April. Same time, just switching days. So I opened up the Monday night spot for Shrita and Anthony Pico to come in and do their show. And so we're very
See how
fortunate to get them.
flexible we are?
Have never been that flexible in my life. I failed gymnastics, but that's a whole other story, isn't it?
That's Friday night.
That's Friday night. Yeah, I'm not limber. I tried it once and landed on my head. It didn't work. So, but that's what my weekend really was. It really was just getting a lot of things started, a lot of things going. We're in the midst of updating the website, so we'll get that going. Um, it was a busy weekend, but I needed to get some loose ends tied up. And next couple weekends are going to be busy because I'm going to be traveling again, coming up in probably the end
Oh,
of April, first
Jesus.
part of May. Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be a busy summer. I'm going to have a very busy summer if
I'm
everything
hoping you
pans
come
out.
down to Atlanta.
Well, I don't know if I'll be going down that far, but who knows? At
But
this point,
because if you do, we're going to kidnap you.
well, you better bring me back because I have a show to do.
Well, you can fly out of the airport down here at the little Charlie Brown place.
Little Dominican.
Yes,
That's a little puddle jumper place.
I know.
It's a little itty bitty thing. I've flown it out of
It's
Dominican
got three.
before.
It's got three. What do you call those things?
Island.
Places that terminals. We got three terminals. Three whole terminals.
And you mean tarmac things? You mean little yeah? No,
Yeah,
it's
where you sit
well.
and
That's
wait for
kind
your
of
plane.
yeah. That's kind of where gates. You mean those are gates?
Oh, there you go.
Terminals are buildings. So I was gonna say if you had three terminals, you had a pretty big airport. But you mean gates? Um,
Yeah.
no, I flew in and out of the Atlanta airport once, and we were stuck on the runway. You know where if you fly in and out of Atlanta, you know where they taxi out and they go over the bridge.
Hmm.
Well, we were up on the bridge, okay, and we're waiting for our turn, and all of a sudden the pilot comes on and he says we are going to be in a holding pattern on the ground because we have a severe thunderstorm and a tornado heading our way, and we don't have time to go back to the terminal. So that was the scariest and one of the weirdest things I've ever been through is watching a tornado go over an airplane. And how he had to do it is he gunned all of the engines and put his
And you
foot.
sat there and vibrated for about a half
Oh,
hour.
we didn't even do that. We literally bounced. We bounced about 4 or 5 feet as the tornado tried to take us. So he had all the engines gunned, but he also had the brakes on. So, I mean, there was screeching and metal bending and the whole thing. And so then when that went over, then the thunderstorm went over. So then we got hailed on. And then there was lightning. So he had to cut all the engines, cut all the electronics so we wouldn't get struck by lightning. And then once that went over, and that was about a half-hour thunderstorm, then we had to wait for the trucks to come out and jumpstart us. And not only did they have to jumpstart us, but they had to jumpstart a bunch of people. So it was kind of one of those experiences that you don't live through all that often. Or I shouldn't say live through. You live through them, but that you don't experience it all that often. But I mean, it was kind of cool. But we had no food. They had when we were struck by lightning, it blew out some of our stuff. So we had no food. So what we did do is we played bingo. It was going to be a short flight, but we played bingo with the peanuts, and the peanuts were winners. So if you got a bingo, they threw a bag of peanuts at you. So it was kind of funny. We did horse races and all that kind of stuff while we were waiting to take off, and it was kind of fun. So that was my experience at the Atlanta airport. I bet you've never
Oh,
had that at the Atlanta airport.
who me? I'd never go to Atlanta airport. Never. No,
No?
I'm kidding.
Well, you should. Just for that. See if it
I go
happens.
all the time. I mean, I'm perpetually picking up people, and like when my friend Joey, when we're staying up there, and he'll have friends come in, we'll
Mm-hmm.
go to the airport, picking them up. I mean, it's a no brainer for me anymore for the airport. I know where to get the cheap, good food,
Isn't that
a
the
hot
truth, though?
dog, a bag of chips, and a nice size soda for $3.50.
Isn't that the truth, though? I'm telling you. Yeah, that's kind of the way I am too. I'm actually already getting calls here or messages. Um, Let me just answer this one really quick. Someone's asking for the call-in number. So yes, Jill Dane will be joining us in about 10 minutes, and we'll chat with Jill for a little bit, and then she'll be taking calls. So you can certainly call in and say hi to Jill. Jill's one of my favorite people.
She's really
I try
cool.
to get her on as often as I can. Now,
I love how she says, "I love you more,"
I love you more. I know. I know.
and she means it.
I know she does. You know, she's that kind of person that loves everybody. She really does. You know, she
And if she
just.
doesn't, you're there's something very wrong with you.
I know. I mean, she just has one of the best attitudes, and she's always in a good mood. She's always happy. She's always, looking for the best in people, and she's always looking for the good side of things, which I think she's just great. I think she's great. Um, Monday night we have Frances. What is her last name? I have to write it down.
Cremine.
Cremine.
Yes,
So she's going to be joining us Monday night, and then we've
that is
got.
going to be a fun night, I think.
I know, isn't it going to be a fun night? We've got a lot of good guests coming up in April. We've got Andrew Brewer coming back. We've got Scott Grossberg coming
Cool.
back. We've got Dr. Cardello coming back talking about spring. So we've got a lot.
Wow.
We've got a lot of people coming up. Benjamin Krem is going to be coming back. I think he's going to be coming back in May, actually. But keep an eye out for him, and that's going to be a special event, actually, because we have to record his over the weekend. Um, but trust me, it is one to mark your calendars for, because he is an incredible man and one of the most spiritual people I have ever met. And um, he delivers messages from Maitreya, if you know who Maitreya is. And just, this guy is incredible. He really is incredible. I just adore the man. But, I adore all my guests. I don't have anybody on I don't like. So I adore everybody. So, other than that, what else is happening? There's so much going on that I can't even keep my list all straight. Oh, you know who else we have coming back on in April?
Who?
Baca. Baca is going to be coming on. They're going to be coming on with us the middle of April. I'm going to actually open my calendar up and see when they're coming in. They are going to be here on our premiere show on the 15th. And
Woohoo!
I love those guys. And we've got some things that I'm cooking up with them. They're going to become a regular with us. And I'm going to be dedicating one show a month to Baca and the Baca organization, bringing on different paths of the organization, different members from across the country, maybe hopefully worldwide even. So we're going to start working with them quite closely, trying to get them into doing a show with us on the network. That hasn't quite worked out yet, but hopefully we'll be able to get that. So that's the other. So should we go ahead and do this? Should we go ahead and take a break? And let's see if I can go ahead and find Miss Jill Dane and bring her into the show, and we'll see what she has to say. How's that sound?
Sounds like a winner.
Unless you have
Let's go
anything
get
else
her.
to say?
Uh, not really.
Not really?
No.
No? You're all
Let's
good?
go get her.
You're all good? Okay,
I'm good.
Tonight's music, by the way, is by Matt Wirtz, who I'm putting up tonight because he is actually performing in the Twin Cities. Check him out. He's one of my favorite independent artists, and he's going to be playing here this coming weekend, I believe it is. So other than that, that's all I've got. So we'll go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we will have the incomparable Miss Jill Dane. So don't go away. You're listening to The Broader View on the Hazy Radio Network. We'll be right back.
This is Ryan
We'll be
Misha,
right.
the host of Christian Talk Radio, and you are listening to the Hazy Radio Network.
Please join us every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for Dear Emmy with Elizabeth Rose on the Hazy Radio Network.
Bikers Against Child Abuse, BACA, exists with the intent to create a safer environment for abused children. We exist as a body of bikers to empower children to not feel afraid of the world in which they live. We stand ready to lend support to our wounded friends by involving them with an established, united organization. We work in conjunction with local and state officials who are already in place to protect children. We desire to send a clear message to all involved with the abused child that this child is part of our organization and that we are prepared to lend our physical and emotional support to them by affiliation and our physical presence. We stand at the ready to shield these children from further abuse. We do not condone the use of violence or physical force in any manner. However, if circumstances arise such that we are the only obstacle preventing a child from further abuse, we stand ready to be that obstacle.
If you'd like to become involved in BACA, visit our website at www.bacausa.com.
You read the paper. You watch the news. Have you ever considered that you're not getting the whole story? This is Dr. Truth.
And this is Dr. Drake. Tune in to the radio show Earth, Saturday nights, 10 to midnight.
We'll be exposing what the elites are doing all over the world.
We don't want you to believe us. Get a pen out and check us out.
It's the radio show accused of telling the truth. Earth.
The most controversial planet in the solar system. Saturday nights, 10 to midnight, Eastern Time, on the Hazy Radio Network.
Son of a...
Hey, Doug. Doug, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Scott. I'm getting ready for Periscope Uncensored on Friday nights.
By expanding your vocabulary.
Well, it is uncensored.
Well, Doug, the Uncensored and Periscope Uncensored is Clarissa Vasquez and Rick Ariza getting down to brass tacks with all aspects of the paranormal. It's not what you'd call a traditional radio program. There's no fluff on their show.
So no off-color commentary?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Awesome. Oh,
Doug?
I just hit my head.
Oh, boy. I'll get you a nice pack. Catch Periscope Uncensored, Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on the Hazy Radio Network.
Windows down, the night blows in. Top beat on the wheel as the tires spin. Until we're there, crank the radio. We'll join in with the songs we know. Hey, everything's right, say everything's right tonight. Everything's right, say everything's right tonight. The smiles light up as we walk in. Old conversations begin again. Nostalgia's thick as we all get. Time we didn't care, we didn't care. Hey, everything's right, say everything's right tonight. Hey, everything's right, say everything's right tonight. Ooh, everything's right. Everything's right, say